All right, hi everybody. We're in Port Townsend, Washington, and we are the Dirty Beat Duo. My name's Pete.
And I'm Jesse.
We started this band about a year and a half ago. It took about a year for us to learn the software. We are not DJs. What we're doing is trying to bring some amazing sounding dance music to festivals, events, parties. Jesse and I got together via Facebook. I think what really spawned the band was the fact that we were kind of sick of being in bands. Usually 5, 6 people in a band. It was really difficult for us to get together and rehearse. We're psyched to be alive and psyched to be out and about. I've been a producer for about the last 10 years, working with different software. For this particular project, we chose Ableton Live. It gives us an opportunity to work with the software live, basically pick and choose, what scenes we're going to use, what clips we're going to use, and just kind of jam out with that stuff. We don't really have any mentors. We're sort of making it up as we go along. One of those things where you just kind of find your way of doing it. Yeah, I'm a keyboard player mainly, and Jesse's percussionist.
For me, it's been really exciting working with Pete on this project because we've had to dive into software. And initially, it felt very caged and canned. But we've figured out, basically we've evolved out of that. The compositions and the material that we use to play live, it feels more like playing an analog instrument than it used to by far, and it's getting more and more that way.
Why are we doing this? That's a good question. We're not spring chickens anymore. I know I've always had a passion to do music in whatever capacity, and this seemed just like new territory, and so I think it's never too late to go on an adventure. It's never too late to explore, learn things. We just jumped right in with both feet and said, we're going to do this. Whatever happens, happens. Being older guys that are out, throwing down modern electronic dance music for people anywhere from 15 years old to, 60 are coming out to our shows. And so I think the vibe that we put out covers just a wide range of age groups, wide range of music styles on some level, but it's all really back to kind of house music, electronic dance music, new disco stuff, and that seems to work. One of the things we aren't doing is following what everybody else is doing. We don't really write about babes and bling or gangsters. Well, that's pretty common. We like to get a vibe out that gives people a little bit of sort of things to think about.
We started getting rewarded pretty well by the crowds, just in the energy they were giving us live, and that is really quite addicting. It's been amazing feeling that energy pour in, and the more people are into it and dancing and just feeling it, I think the more we excel in our ability to go off on solos and create melodies and just bring it. That's been pretty rewarding for sure. Pete's he's a hook master. He comes up with these hooks for these songs that are just dynamic and inviting, and they grab you. And it's just a real level of musicality that I think the folks are digging.
Jesse's a percussion guru. Here's a guy that finds grooves in between grooves and works them until they magically explode into a tighter, better groove. He has a way of hitting the congas and the bongos, making them sound huge on a lot of levels. He's sort of like the experimental sample guy who's out there tweaking and finding just the right sounds to layer up on top of the rest of the stuff that's going on. So not only can he lay down the bed, he can put on the sheets and the fluffy pillows as well, and then tuck your ass in. Okay, why are we working together? Well, we live in the same town. Port Townsend isn't necessarily Seattle or Vancouver or anything, so there's a limited amount of musicians here. Jesse, I think, had a moment where he posted on Facebook. He said, yeah, I don't know what to do, but I'm getting bored with what I'm doing, and I got to do some music somehow, somewhere, I need to jump on a new project. And I answered him back. I said, well, Jesse, I've got this new idea. It's going to, like, you know, crank our brains quite a bit, but we're going to go for it. And it's all electronic, but I want to add, you know, the acoustic percussion, keyboards, and some vocal stuff. And he was like, oh yeah, that sounds fun, I'll come over. He absolutely did not know what he was getting into. And but since then, our motto has been two patient guys, just going for the depths of creativity, seeing wherever it can bring us.
Yeah, two patient guys has definitely been our motto and mantra through this, to remind ourselves to not get to not be like we both were probably when we were kids playing in bands. You just rush through stuff and take shortcuts, not let the music, not let each song develop and evolve on its own and its own rate. And it's been really nice watching that, taking the slow approach, and like it's more like gardening or farming, where you cultivate this relationship between us musically and then our compositions, and then we sit on them for a while and we just take them out and play them live. We don't release them. We just keep sort of going back and honing them and adjusting them. And I think that slow, patient approach has been really great. And I totally appreciate that about working with Pete. He's not trying to skip any step. He's just, you know, we're not in a hurry. We're just trying to do it right, do it proper.
Okay, where are we headed? Well, we're going to keep producing music. We're going to keep honing our craft. We're going to keep getting into the details of what gives us a niche in the electronic dance music community, and we're going to get out and play as much as we can. Right now, we're still working on releasing our first, you know, album or EP. We're also continuing to look for agents, management. We don't have any lofty goals to be superstars, but we want to take this journey and this experiment as far as we can go. All right, this is the Dirty Beat Duo, and Pete here, Jesse here. We just want to thank you guys for hanging out, watching this, and everybody else who's been a fan or a friend of ours. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Birds' words are for me, separates us from each other.